Welcome into Straight Up Sports. I am your host, Devin Albertson. On this show, I start off the week talking college football on Mondays, followed up with the NFL on Tuesdays. On Wednesdays, I dive into the world of Division II football. And finally, on Thursdays, I will tackle Missouri 8-man football. On Fridays, I will review what I talked about Monday through Thursday. Also want to make sure to ask you to follow Straight Up Sports on Twitter at show_straight and to follow my personal account at Devin Albertson. Straight Up Sports starts now. And welcome in to the Straight Up Sports Week in Review edition. I am Devin Albertson, your host. Hope you guys enjoyed this week's shows. If you couldn't catch them all, this is going to be a show where I wrap up everything I said in the week in a short, condensed version. I'm going to start with the first show we had, Monday, college football. My projected playoff is this right here. Alabama, Clemson, Washington, and Michigan. That's my top four. I think they're going to make a really fun, interesting playoff this year. Two of my picks are kind of iffy, the last two, Washington and Michigan, because they have tough games in week one. And it could really dismantle my picks if those two teams lose early. But I think they're going to win. I think they're going to carry that momentum to the rest of the year and get to the playoff. My picks for week one, I have Washington plus 2.5 versus Auburn, having winning straight up in Atlanta. Go Huskies there. West Virginia minus 9.5 versus Tennessee and Charlotte. West Virginia wins big in that one. They're going to win in a shootout. They're going to score a lot of points. Third game, Michigan plus 1 at Notre Dame. Michigan straight up in that one. I like the Wolverines to take down Notre Dame. Miami minus 3 versus LSU in Dallas. Miami, very talented. If they get that quarterback situation figured out, they're going to be a tough team to beat. Just better defensively, better coached. Give me Miami. And finally, Virginia Tech plus 7 at Florida State. I think the Hokies win this one straight up too. I think just a better team than Florida State is this year, even with Francois coming back for Florida State. Couple of my bonus picks, just games to watch out for. Florida Atlantic at Oklahoma. It's a 21-point spread last time I saw. Give me FAU to cover, Oklahoma to win. In the last game, Louisville versus Alabama in Orlando, Florida. Alabama, 24-point favorite. Gave me Louisville with a backdoor cover. Alabama still wins the game, though. So that's my college picks right there. And while we're here, we'll make sure you guys follow the show at show_straight and follow my Twitter account at Devin Albertson. Up next, we have the NFL. My AFC divisional winners, I have the Patriots, the Steelers, the Texans, and the Chiefs, with my wild card teams being the Chargers and the Jaguars. NFC, my divisional winners are the Eagles, Packers, Falcons, and Rams, with my wild card teams being the Vikings and the Saints. The NFC, though, is going to be a very difficult conference to predict this year, and a lot's going to shake up. Even the first 4 weeks, it's going to be completely different. After that, Division II football. All the games I picked happened last night, so I'm going to go through what my picks were and what the final score was. So, first up, Northwest Missouri State versus Missouri Western. I had Northwest winning 31-6. They won 28-6. That's +1 for me. Massey also predicted, I think it was 27-7 win for Northwest, so they also got that one right. Up next, Fort Hays versus Central Missouri. I had Hays winning 34-31. They ended up winning 20-16. A little lower scoring than I thought. Actually, UCM probably should have won this game. It wasn't for their quarterback Bowles getting hurt in the third quarter. They were up 16-6 and just took all the airs out of their sails. So, Fort Hays escapes a win at home versus Central Missouri, but good start of the year for the Tigers. Rough one for UCM as they were able to snatch a defeat in the jaws of victory. Up next, also Massey had that one right too. They had Fort Hays winning that one, I think by 7 or so. Up next, Grand Valley over Indiana is what I predicted, 27-21. Massey had Grand Valley winning as well, and they did win on the field 30-7 in a dominating win for Grand Valley as they continue their dominance at home openers. Up next, IUP versus Ashland. I had IUP winning 31-24. Massey had Ashland winning. IUP came out with a 21-17 win to avenge last year's loss. Maybe not last year's loss. IUP won, though. IUP beat Ashland 21-17, a really fun football game over on the east side of the United States. Wow. Up next, California PA versus Ohio Dominican. Massey had Ohio Dominican. I had Cal PA. I was wrong here, as Ohio Dominican won 28-23. I predicted a 41-38 win for Cal. So nice win for the Panthers there. In the last game, I was completely wrong. I had Delta State beating Tarleton State 38-27. Tarleton came out and blew the doors off Delta 44-13. Massey also had that one wrong. So I went 4-2. Massey also went 4-2 in my picks for Division II this week. But I'm just glad Division II football is back. It was a fun show last night in Maryville as Northwest quarterback Braden Wright, redshirt freshman, popped onto the scene last night. Threw 3 touchdowns, including 2 over 50 yards. Had a 34-yard run, I think, for a touchdown. Had one earlier that got called back through a questionable holding call. He is fun. He's fast. He's got a good arm. He's gonna make some nice plays in there. He had a play where he avoided the couple pass rushers and hit Alec Tatum for like a 20-yard gain. He's gonna be fun to watch this year for Northwest. If he keeps playing like this, Northwest could bring home championship number 7 this year. And finally, we're going to go to Missouri 8-Man Football. Make sure you follow them on Twitter at Mo8ManFootball, the show at Show_Straight, and my Twitter account at Devin Albertson. First, we can go through the rankings here real quick. I'm going to slide over here. We got Stanberry number 1, Worth County 2, King City, Mountain City, Pattonsburg round out the top 5. You have Southwest Livingston, Rockport, North Andrew, East Atchison, and South Holt, Nottoway Holt to round out the top 10. Big matchup this week is number 10 South Holt, Nottoway Holt at number 6 Southwest Livingston. I'll get to all my picks here in a minute, but that's what we have for the top 10 in the state of Missouri in 8-man football. The top 3 did not change, but 4 through 10 all shuffled around just a little bit there after week 1. That's kind of what we have there. We're going to go through our what's going to happen this week. I have Stanberry over Albany on the road. Stanberry continues their good season. I have Pattonsburg taking down Bramer. I have DeKalb taking down Chillicothe, and a bit of an upset there. King City over Northwest Hughesville. Mountain City going at home, taking care of business in their home opener versus Stewartsville. And then I have Oric over Northern Hardin Central, 2 teams that I considered ranking in this week's poll. Didn't quite make it. One of them can make a push, especially if South Holt, Nottoway Holt, if South Holt, Nottoway Holt falters versus Southwest Livingston. After that, I have North Andrew over St. Joe Christian, Greenfield over Osceola down south, Rockport over Platte Valley, Southwest Livingston taking down South Holt, Nottoway Holt in a really fun football game down there in Ludlow. Worth County all over Bedford up in Iowa. I think Worth County is going to flex their muscles a bit there with Bedford. And then North Shelby over Christian Life, Illinois. North Shelby, another team I thought about ranking in this week's poll. So that's what we kind of have going in for this week. Hope you guys enjoyed Straight Up Sports. In our first full week of shows, I had a fun time doing them with you guys. Make sure you follow the show at Show_Straight. Follow me at Devin Albertson. Follow Mo8Man Football on Twitter. If you have any questions, want me to talk about something specific on next week's show, let me know and I will do it. And that's all I really got for the weekend review. Told you it's just going to be a short show, kind of wrap up everything I talked about in the week. I will see you Monday with college football here on Straight Up Sports with Devin Albertson.